Coming up on court 1, we have Jason Geis, Micah Rich, going against Jeremy McLaughlin and Cesar Chavez coming up on court 1. Pro doubles.
Thank you for joining Daily Racquetball here at Marina Park in Huntington Beach. Up next, we have Geis and Rich versus Chavez and McLaughlin.
I'll say thank you to a couple of our sponsors.
Some of the best local players.
The official tournament sponsor for this year's
Geis and
Outdoor
Rich.
Nationals.
McLaughlin and Chavez also play locally very often.
Coming back again to take care of us. Gutterman as well, Mark Bloom Law and Splathead. Thank you so much for everything you're doing for our tournament. And let's not forget 3-wall ball, which is coming in October. Make sure you book your rooms now before it's too late.
Hey, 0-0.
I think 0-0.
That really helped him. Let me know, are we hot?
Carson booth, stop by right now. They've got waters and stuff to eat. And say hey to Rocky, give him a little grief.
Jason already looking for a hinder on that serve, but he didn't get it.
And he didn't need it. Micah put it away.
Geis and Rich are a tough combo because they both hit the ball hard. Jason tends to use the corners a little more than Micah does, but they both can hit it pretty damn hard.
Good shot from Chavez, caught the corner.
That was marginal right there. I don't even think he should have. I almost wouldn't give him that. Definitely not unavoidable. So Jason will love me for that. I'm sure you'd like to call a hinder there as well.
User.
2-0. Game 1.
Chavez up to serve. So we're going to switch sides. Jason's got something to say about that. Let's see what Micah, how that plays out.
Good recovery. That's Jason's, well, one of his favorite shots. He likes to hit the right corner and the left corner. That was a good coverage by Cesar. Hit by Micah there on the side wallpaper ball. You can see how hard Micah hits the ball. Got a little different sound from when I hit it.
2 serving 3.
Behind the back pinch kill. Gutsy. See the shoe. There's a nice kill by Geis.
4-3. Micah with the serve. Replay because the ball on court.
Looks like Micah got bailed out on a short serve there, but they stopped play right before it landed short. And there was the ball on court 2.
5-33.
Ooh, went for the deep 2-wall and missed it. Oh, and they're calling Caesar out of the box. For a clarification from the tournament director as he called him for an out-of-the-box violation, which I wasn't paying enough attention to see if he was clearly out of the box, but you have to stay inside that right service box as your partner's serving until the ball crosses the back line of the service box.
Well, I know locally they play a lot where you can step actually outside of the court as long as you're holding the wall.
Right.
And
as well as Vegas too. Yeah. But they won't do that here because you can't do it on every court, so they want to make sure it's the same for everybody.
Good.
It's good to have a little controversy in the first game, right? So yeah, they clarified it and it is a half out.
75, second service.
That's a good spot right down the deep middle is always good. High percentage, and rarely are people looking for that.
5-73.
There, you got his 2-wall. Got it back. Serve right down the middle again, deep middle. Got a good women's pro doubles match going on in court 2 with Michelle Key and her partner Carla. Taking on Katie and Erica.
We had hoped to have them on this court. Unfortunately, started about 10 minutes early because the match before us had a tiebreaker.
A little long on the tiebreaker. Wow, look at that egg ball. Micah said no problem. I just take the spin off the ball.
Hey, 73.
8-3.
That's an excellent let by Jason Geist for the forehand. Both of their forehands, but the angle was coming to Micah. Correct let. That's a 2-wall. Micah's got to cover that. It's just too good a shot, though. All knotted at 8. It's a barn burner.
Oh, just barely.
Oh, 3-8. 3-8.
Happy birthday to Jack White, Tom Hanks, Courtney Love, and not O.J. Simpson. My name is Madison. It is All Nation. So Japanese breakfast. Michelle Zahner.
8 serving 3.
Remy
with leather behind the back.
Behind the back.
Okay, that's all I know.
And it worked out this time. Half out.
If you like her, if you like this song, I happen to really like this song. On their service coming up. Shout out. This is Be Sweet on Alt Nation.
Nine, serving three.
That's a nice return. Again, deep middle, wins the rally. Amazing how many times that happens.
Hey, serving nine.
And for our indoor players watching there, yes, we know that would be a terrible shot indoors.
Yep.
But here it is just about perfect.
Ooh, that's a beauty. Took the spin right with it.
4, serving 9.
4-9.
Casey held up there. Caesar probably should have got off the court.
4, serving 9.
Got that one. And you've only got one rep. You can't appeal. So Ren says that was a good get. I think it was a good get. We're a long ways away.
539.
He says, let me call the hinders here. But that was kind of a safety call by our referee, Mike Beltran. See how hard he hits this setup. Pretty hard. Harder. He hits everything. Just out. Like a half out right there, because it hit his partner.
935.
Huh.
9-5.
Took a replay. Took a 9-5 replay. Right shot.
From what I've seen of Micah before, that's his bread and butter. He
Yeah,
loves
for sure.
that.
For sure. That's what makes him so tough. He hits the crap out of the ball, and he's got a nice touch on the ball too.
1035.
Freddie Ramirez to the paddleball courts. Freddie Ramirez to the paddleball courts. You're up.
Legendary Hall of Famer Fred Ramirez being called to the paddleball match. The tough tiebreaker in the men's pros with his partner, Louis Orozco. Got a short serve for half out there.
5-10.
Ooh, that was a nice hand. Julio. Caesar, sorry.
6-10.
It sounded like Mike called that 7-10 with update the scoreboard.
Yeah. Making it interesting here. So if you go deep middle, it's not likely that you're going to do that. That's the big difference. Safe shot. And Micah rarely. They're going to give him an avoidable hit on that, which I think is the correct call. Jeremy's got to, unfortunately, clear a little bit more. I think they call it insult to injury right there.
Either that or a double penalty hitter because
Yeah.
he definitely took the shot.
Come on, I nick it. Half out his shot. Like it just nicked that ball.
11-8.
Now he's asking for an avoidable, but that was definitely not straight down the line. Look out.
Oh, too far.
Didn't need to do too much with that one.
Timeout on the court. We will be back in just a moment. And we're back from our first timeout. 8 serving 11. Gotham to serve. Jeremy got his strike on it, not quite enough.
8-11.
Nice re-kill by Caesar.
9-11.
Oh, you can't do that. Can't do that when you're coming back at 9-11.
Serving 9.
Guys, close it out.
That'll help.
That looks like deep middle to me.
Serving 9.
Oh, too much time to set up.
Yeah, you have a lot to think about there. That's a nice two off. Great job.
Next up on court 4, Joe Laura, Mike Bayham, Victor Mania, and Robert Testa. Court number 4. Joe Lara, Mike Bayham, Victor Mania, and Robert Testa to court 4.
Ooh, that was beautiful. Little reverse backhand. Go here, Michael Rich showing great hands again.
Serving 9.
have our first game point opportunity.
Tough way to go down after they made it close there at 9-11.
Jeremy tried to take it a little bit too early. All right, we will be back in about 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
It's not about us, it's not about the individuals, but it's all of us as a whole. One thing we did define, or I wanted, is a logo that stood out on its own. It showed motion. When people see it, it stands alone and it's recognizable. So we had that. I mean, you never know where you're going to make it or how far you take a company, but you know, always my thought, we've got to aim for that level. We looked at Gearbox as, you know, the individual. We, each racquetball player or each athlete, is the Gearbox, and we take that energy and we put it into the sport, running, the rackets and everything else. So we're part of that energy. You know, somebody else in the group says, well, hey, we got gear and we play in a box. That makes sense too. So, you know, we had probably like 50 names, but we narrowed it down to 10, I remember. And then we had our buddy who created all of the graphics, and I remember he gave us the sheet. There's no question, like the logo, the Gearbox, everything just fit. And we all just, that's it. And it was actually very cool the way everything happened. And I remember the initial days, and we got a lot of feedback and said, what's Gearbox, guys? Like, you know, are you a race car company and this and that? And I've always been of the mindset that the person creates the name, the name doesn't create the person. It's not about us, it's not about the individuals, but it's all of us as a whole. And I think this entity is created, which is Gearbox, and we're all protecting that. And then under that, I mean, we've got Racquetball. That was a big drive to begin the company, and we all share the same vision. And everybody here within the racquetball community, you know, we talk about having the sport grow, and I still see all of our players and everything. We all have that same common goal. And let's get racquetball on the map. Let's grow and let's get things moving, you know, in the right direction. So I think that encompasses everybody as being part of the Gearbox family.
Game number 2. Thank our rep Mike Lafran for overseeing the match.
Yeah, they won the first game.
Rich and Geis up to serve.
That's a nice lob. Jeremy's on it. 1-2 punch there. Like Mike Rich. Pushing back. Lift it low. Oh, Jeremy was there, but couldn't get it up to the front wall. Got the crack. Save the racket shot. It ain't beat up that wall.
One serving.
Short serve, yeah. Hey, deep middle.
Imagine.
Who would have thought?
I think they must have heard what you said
I
in the first.
appreciate these guys making me look good. See, I owe them. I'll talk to them after the match. No doubt.
3-1.
Once again, let's start keeping track of these. Another deep middle winner.
Chavez puts that one away. Side out.
Hey Jesus, what the hell? I heard Jesus. There's no egg.
Coming up on court number 2, we have Robert Sostry and Ben Goldberg versus Thomas Gerhardt and Danny Lavley. Court number 2, gentlemen. Lavley, Gerhardt, Sostry, and Goldberg. Next up on court number 6, Jay Graham, Trevor Jones, William Bessette, and Marty McCurdy. That's court number 6. McCurdy, Bessette, Jones, and Graham, please. Tom Quiroz or Mike Ariola to the tournament desk, please.
Nice cut by Micah there. Not much you can do on that one. Good teamwork by Micah and Jason there. Ooh, he almost covered it. Good hustle by McLaughlin, but it was just a little too low.
It sounded like 7 serving 2. There's a lot of noise right behind it, so it's hard to hear the rest.
Oh, yeah, I guess there was a safety in there? Wow. Make a good D-serve to me. Jason's clarifying the hold-up, but saying Micah was in his way. Always stirring up trouble, Jason Geis. Mike, turn this way when you call it. Turn this way. 210. didn't need to go that low. Ball by Micah. He got what he wanted, he just missed it. Geis and Rich are running away with game 2 here. We got 11-3, I think. Ooh, that's a nice answer. Thrown down a little.
Serve, you got to serve it great.
Oh, he missed his cut shot.
Ben Goldenberg, court 2. Ben Goldenberg, court 2,
About an
please. Thank you.
85%er for Mike and Norm there. Timeout? Yeah.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Nelly, I remember being on a flight. I don't know where I was going, but I was leaving Arizona and I was sitting next to a woman and I was hearing her talk on the phone to somebody. And she was saying something about, I'm so glad that you this phone because you can't even leave a message to a phone that's broken. It's like in the fire.
If you have a 12-20 match, please come check in. 12-20 matches, please check in.
Well, you are our guest host. You've picked out all of the music, and you have on the main record. XOXO from Well in real time, which we'll hear a little bit about. It is the
Evan, game 2. And we got a swing and a miss.
It's such a relief.
4
This
left.
is the longest
Unexpected.
I've had an album done. I guess since the inception of it. So we have this thing mixed and that for the longest amount of time, I don't even know how we lost confidence on how much we had it back. But people are
Yeah,
like,
too much out.
when releasing music into the world for it to be deconstructed and criticized.
Second serve, 4-11.
You know, any which way, good or bad. But this tomorrow will be just like
That's a replay.
Like you mentioned, you guys always put out music. You guys put out an album like every year. Like two years is a stretch. What was the lead up
Will
to
add up and cost me a lot. Right there, you got to get yours.
the state of
95% is my rule.
to the
19
tournament
out of
desk.
20
Greg
serves
or
have got
Martha
to be good.
McDonald to the tournament desk.
planning on doing a record in 2020 anyways. We were in Europe and finishing up our last tour for our last album, You're Okay. And I remember feeling
Spitball there. Turned himself in. That's good.
news of the virus overseas. We were basically like a week and a half incredible. So we had gone through Italy, we had gone through Spain, and then just
Most of the people out there are saying, who the hell is Gaylord Perry?
starting to shut down. Ominous is not the accurate word, but we were just really ready to get home. And basically, as the world was getting shut down, we were already, how can we
Two all served by Jason, nice and tight.
So, long story short,
Jeremy and the rafters there.
renting an Airbnb, we were planning to put it here in Arizona anyway. But basically, we had the quarantine, we had to rent an Airbnb. The idea was before the virus, we're going to be able to make it look like when we all sleep in our bed.
Really mixed it up, showing its speed. Good safety hold there.
Basically, just gave ourselves
Oh, they call the avoidable.
for the album to make it all happen. So it kind of came together quickly, which is why I was saying we had these things that went wrong. But
First match point opportunity.
we were able to kind of sort out the logistics and
Checking to see. Play that over.
be in it for 30 days or whatever we were on the studio.
Do you start with
Not at all.
it's the first single you guys put out from XOXO. What was the motivation for this song?
So Sticky is actually the very first song that we wrote for it.
Second opportunity at match point.
Next up on court 5, Brett and Cody Elkins,
replay there.
Carson and Jay Oosteros to court 5. Elkins, Carson, Oosteros, court 5.
Ended up staying.
Still have that motion in the car. Good, good. I'm just on the mic right now.
For my two cents,
Does look like they replayed that earlier shot.
Martha or Greg
And that
McDonald
is
to the tournament desk.
Thank you, JT. That was good stuff. I'll
Thank
be
you.
back for another one at some point.
I hope so.
right.
Thank you very much.
Got it.
I'd like to thank all of our sponsors of the event today, in particular TeamRoot.com, Kennex, Gearbox, Head Pen,
Fitzy
Spot
to the
heads for the
tournament
shirts.
desk. Fitzy to the tournament desk.
KMW Gutterman, Free Wall Ball, Melissa's Produce, Bloom Injury Law, Comfort Inn and Suites, Spring Hill Suites, Oosteros Construction. I'd like to send out a special thanks to the LPRT for their assistance with the equipment this weekend, and also to the Reaching Your Dream Foundation for providing us with the broadcast bandwidth to make this happen. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the next match. See you then.